Honorable Presiding, that whatsoever that has to do with motion for reconsideration. And besides that, somebody raised a flag for motion for reconsideration, and the man who raised the motion, the fact that he was accepted by you, and he declared there is no more motion for reconsideration.
Next. That is exactly correct. Next. Next. Honorable Glia, you asked for a copy of the law. You instructed the Honorable Tikwa and Honorable Kolumba will be in order. Next.
Senate communication from Honorable Barry. February 21, 2024. Honorable J. Fonatico, Speaker of the 55th House of Representatives, Capitol Hill, Monrovia, reference. Budgetary allotment for Bensonville Referral Hospital. Dear Honorable Speaker, I'm deeply constrained to bring a matter of serious emergency to you about the Unde Referral Hospital in the capital of Masurado County, Benton City. As you are aware, Benton City is the rural Masurado with a catchment population of more than 56,000 persons, NEC 2023. Who depend on the Bensonville Hospital for health care. For the last 6 years, monies allotted by the government for the hospital annually were less than half of the actual budget needed to run the hospital and was never received in full. As a result of these persistent constraints, the hospital now stands in dire need of critical assistance to keep its doors open and to cater to the health of the population that is mostly comprised of subsisting farming communities within the district. These challenges do not only hinder the hospital's ability to provide quality health care services, but continuously jeopardize the health and well-being of our district and the surrounding public who rely on its services. The hospital was constructed in the 70s by President William R. Talbot Jr., and its first major renovation was done in 2012 by UC and needs urgent attention in the following areas. 1. General renovation of the hospital to include floor, rewiring of various departments, replacement of door, seating, roof work, and painting. 2. Construction of hallways between the emergency room and OPD and construct a new storage facility for the hospital and expand the conference room. 3. Reconditioning of the old operating room and transforming it into a patient ward. 4. Revitalization of the hospital water system. 5. General maintenance work on the doctor's residence. 6. Supply of hospital furniture. 7. Procurement of essential drugs. 8. Revitalize the patient's feeding services. 9. Training of hospital registrars and other staff in basic computer skills. 10. Procurement of stationaries or office supplies, fuel and maintenance of the generator. 11. Provision of a 32-seater bus to commute hospital staff, budgetary, logistical, and personnel support. I urge the Honorable Speaker and members to currently consider this matter with the utmost urgency and to take appropriate action to address the needs of the Unde Referral Hospital in the district. Our Constituents deserve access to adequate healthcare facilities and services, and it is our duty as elected representatives to ensure that citizens receive the support and assistance they require. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I look forward to your prompt action and support in addressing the challenges faced by the Bentor City Referral Hospital. Sincerely yours, Honorable Ruki Yatu Barry, Representative District No. 1, Montserrat County. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished members of this august body, that is the reading of the communication from your colleague, Honorable Ruki Yatu Barry. Thank you.
With the reading of the communication from Honorable Barry, what is your will and pleasure? Honorable Alex.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, I've been listening to the reading of the communication surrounding the livelihood of our people from our colleagues from Montserrat County, District No. 1. I move, if I can be seconded, that this important communication be open for.
I'm sorry, what was it? Is there a second? Discussion. Are you ready to vote? All those in favor say aye. Opposed no. Honorable Barry, you have 2 minutes.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues. My name is Rudy Barry from District 1, Montserrat County. I represent a district that has a population of over 56,000 persons. A district that has 2 electoral districts combined, Todi and Kingsburg, as well as 7 townships. A district that is the largest and one of the largest in the country. Yet, we are constrained because we have only 1 referral hospital in the district that is actually not working to cater to the people of District 1. The closest hospital in District that is the closest hospital to Benson Hospital is in District 16, Libu Town, or in Kakata, which is the city of Benin Hospital. There is serious issues out there. The roof is damaged. There are doors that we need for the hospital. There is no medicine at all. Since the 70s, the hospital was built. We only had 1 renovation that was done by the UN. And today, the hospital is in dire need of help. Citizens from District 1 have to either come to town, which is a very long distance that makes people to die sometimes alone in road. When we have a referral hospital out there that can't cater to the people. There is no drugs. So the clinics in the district, they are overwhelmed. They are taking cases that they cannot handle. So it is based upon that, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, and fellow colleagues, that I'm asking plenary to kindly support District 1 with some money to take care of all of these things, some budgetary development to go towards the Benson Hospital. I know, The issue of health is a serious issue across the country, but this one, I'm terming it critical because this is the only hospital that is around that is supposed to cater to the people, and it is not functioning the way it should be. Thank you.
Well, Honorable Kane is not here, so we'll take a motion to refer it to committee, Ways and Finance and Health. No, it's already contract. We'll take a motion. We follow. Honorable Fumo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinct body. Having listened to the communication from Honorable Barry, representing the Editorial District, 1 Colorado County concerning budgetary support to Benson Bay Hospital, I move in organizing the second this communication be sent to the Committee on Waste, Means and Finance and Planning and Health and report within 2 weeks' time.
It has been moved and seconded that communication be sent to Committee on Ways, Means and Finance and the Committee on Health. Are you ready to vote? All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The motion carries. Next.
February 19, 2024. A communication in regard to the toxic, very harmful, and poor air quality on the RRA corridor due to the 45-kilometer road construction project by East Construction Company. Dear Honorable Speaker and Honorable Deputy Speaker, our office with the highest respect and high regards to this honorable body, the 55th legislature of which I am blessed to be a member. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, and plenary, as you may be aware of the 45-kilometer RRA corridor road project currently ongoing, is posing very dangerous and toxic dust hazardous condition to every passing vehicles with their windows rolled down, motorcyclists, especially to those living in and around their communities. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, and plenary, not only to citizens in passing vehicles with windows rolled down, I want this honorable body to imagine our citizens who have their homes and businesses in the construction zones. Many members of this honorable body who may have air-conditioned vehicles and pass through the RRA and ELWA corridors may not understand the seriousness of the suffering of our citizens from this toxic, hazardous, and dangerous dust condition. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, my fellow colleagues, here are some of the health problems our citizens are encountering among many. 1. People sneeze with thick, dusty blood and bleeding from their nostrils. 2. Many have difficulty breathing and eating a regular meal because food tastes and smells like dust. 3. Thousands of our citizens miles away, especially those living few feet from the road, where can no longer wear clean clothes due to the toxic dust condition. Clothes smell like dust. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, this estimated $94 million United States dollars. I'm sure that something can be done to minimize the dust during construction hours. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, and plenary, I can assure you that by the time this road work is done, hundreds and hundreds will suffer from permanent lung disease, COPD. This is a lung disease that blocks the lungs and making it difficult to breathe. First-hand knowledge. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, and plenary, My first experience is my executive secretary who lay alone the Baptist seminary lost her first week from work due to a heavy dust that made her very sick and still trying to recover. Due to the urgency to save the lives of our citizens of this nation, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker of Plenary, I appeal to your office to please invite each construction company and EPA director to this honorable body to answer some questions which I have. Respectfully submitted, Honorable J. Clarence T. Bench Sr., Representative District Number 2, Grand Bassa County. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished members of this Congress body, that is the reading of the communication from Honorable Clarence Bench. Thank you.
With the reading of the communication from Honorable Clarence Bench, what is your will and pleasure? Honorable D.C. Collins.
Honorable Speaker, the Deputy Speaker of fellow colleagues, having listened to the reading from our distinguished colleague, Honorable Clarence Bench, I move, if I can obtain a second, that the communication being read be discussed at plenary.
It has been moved and seconded that the communication be open and read and discussed by plenary. Are you ready to vote? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Honorable Bench, you have 2 minutes.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, fellow colleagues, we have a real problem on our hands. It is not only the citizens from Grand Bassa County that live in that area. I can assure you, if we take statistics, the 15 counties are represented in the construction zone. I can also assure you that if we take the medical testing, many of the citizens in that construction zone are sick. COPD is a lung disease that develops very slowly. You have difficulty in breathing. You keep coughing until it becomes worse. A project that is 94 million estimated, I am sure that something can be done to save lives. It's not being done. Those of us who pass through, we see the dust. There is no company in the world, in any other country, that has allowed the citizens to suffer, to eat dust. Dust is on every surface or surfaces of every home you pass by. So I'm asking plenary, please, let us invite East Construction. Let us also invite EPA so that they can explain why, by the time they are done with the construction, our children may not survive the next 10 or 15 years. Thank you.
Honorable Jones.
Can you see? Travel there.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, please. Let me say thanks to our colleague from Grand Bassa District Number 2, Karen Banks, for writing such a communication, bringing to this body attention the unfolding in the RI corridor. I've been listening to him deliberating on the issue. I move if I may obtain a second that the communication be received, turn over to the Committee on Public Works to report in 1 week. If I may obtain a second.
Yeah, they move and second that the communication be sent to committee. One week, all those in. I'm ready to vote. I'm already starting with Honorable Noah.
Fellow colleagues, I will be ready to go with my brother from Margibi, who are already or always given the opportunity to accept the amendment to add the Committee on Health so that it's health related. That's all, my brother. No, you're not denying.
Already on the phone.
Honorable President, distinguished colleagues, let me first extend my thanks and appreciation to my colleague Banks for the communication. And I will be ready to vote if the invitation that is been extended can also include the Ministry of Public Works, because they are the ones who sign a contract with the company in question, and we know that some environmental requirements that it is supposed to meet. So to the movement, I will be ready to vote. Listen, we agree. The new communication.
The movement can handle it.
Yeah, so to the movement, they can include our revenue.
Yes.
Are you ready to vote? All those in favor of the motion to send the matter to the committee and in committee room to ensure that the Ministry of Public Works also appear for the hearing, we can do by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. The ayes have it. The chief clerk office will take seat of this matter.
February 22, 2025. Dear Honorable Speaker, I have observed in recent time a flagrant violation of our statutes by the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Boakai Sr., by appointing individuals to tenant positions which are already occupied. Honorable Speaker and distinguished colleagues, on February 20, 2024, His Excellency Joseph Boakai appointed Mr. Hassan S.K. Zulu as Road Fund Manager to the National Road Fund Authority in obvious disregard to the law establishing such an office. The law further states in section 4.3.3 the following, quote, the appointment of the National Road Fund Manager shall be for a period of 5 years, during which performance shall be monitored in line with the performance contract, unquote. The current Road Fund Manager has only been in the office for a period of 4 months, far less than his tenure. Honorable Speaker and distinguished colleagues, the statute establishing the Road Fund Office does not give the President any color of right to appoint Road Fund Manager. The statute further states in section 4.1, and I quote, the road fund shall be headed by a National Road Fund Manager who shall be selected through open advertisements by the Minister of Finance and Development Planning and approved by the Inter-Ministerial Steering Committee before appointment by the Minister of Finance and Development Planning. from the reading of the statute, it's clear in the letter of the law that the appointment of the road fund manager lies in the purview of both the Minister of Finance and the Interministerial Steering Committee, respectively. Honorable Speaker and distinguished colleagues, I'm humbly requesting this August body to invite the Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, Honorable ladies and gentlemen, that was a reading of a communication from your honorable colleague of District 5, welcome.
With the reading of the communication from honorable colleague, what is your will and pleasure? Honorable Marcia. Honorable Marcia.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Co-Presiding, and distinguished colleague. Firstly, I appreciate my colleague for bringing this to the attention of the plenary. This matter being the matter of good governance and the issue of concern, I think is necessary enough. I want to move, if I can obtain the second, that this matter be open for a brief discussion and then subsequently forwarded for first and related practice. Thank you.
It has been moved and seconded that the matter be open for brief discussion. Are you ready to vote?
I'm ready.
Already, Honorable Thomas.
Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, this matter is very important, and I would prefer that in the discussion of this issue, it is not just about this road fund. It cuts across a lot of entities that are tenure. So we have a wave of suits coming up in recent time. The most recent one is the National Identification Registry. I think that matter is already. Sorry. And that's the end premise of the motion. Yes.
What's your readiness?
So I will be ready to vote if this matter can be open for discussion and in addition to that.
Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I'll be ready to vote when we to make this amendment. I would like to refer you to Article 54 of the Liberian Constitution that guarantees the right of the provides the power to the president. Yes. Okay. Citing the advisor of the president of the Republic of Liberia is equivalent to investigating the president. And so, the advisor of the president. The legal advisor of the president is the communication. And I think it is an investigation on the office of the president, which I think is wrong.
I think it's premature, Honorable. This is just a motion to open it up for discussion. If subsequently there is a motion to cite people, then we stay with you that the legal advisor of the president. Are you ready to vote?
Yes. The legal advisor is someone who has taken instruction to just minister.
Are we ready to vote? All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The matter is open for discussion of Honorable Are you here? No, Honorable Colley, you have 2 minutes. Honorable Colley, approach the chair.
Long live the Speaker, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues. We noticed the current part that some appointments by the President, His Excellency Dr. Joseph Imambuaga, is bringing serious problem to our people in some agencies, especially the 10 youth area. Section 4.1 of the Road Reform Act, it talks about how officials or managers should be appointed. It's a road fund shall be headed by a national road fund manager who shall be selected to open advertisement by the Minister of Finance and Development Planning and approved by the Inter-Ministerial Steering Committee before appointment by the Minister of Finance and Development Planning. We notice that the President is not governed by his own law or rules. Therefore, and not just in the road fund sector, we have noticed such from LTA, Lottery, and other agencies.
The gentleman that I was in the road fund, so stay
No problem with sticker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. With this action being taken by the President, we are humbly requesting or asking this honorable body to invite the legal advisor as well as the Inter-Ministerial Steering Committee of the National Road Fund Authority to come before this body and explain to us as to why these appointments are made when people are already occupying the positions. Thank you.
Honorable Jones.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Deputy Speaker of Police. Let me say thanks to my colleague, Eugene Colley, for lifting this issue. Honorable Speaker, Eugene Colley had the opportunity to raise this issue. But in the bidding way of our country, there are other agencies of government that falls under this communication. Like he started to raise the issue of LTA, the issue of EPA, road and several other agencies were added in there. Mr. Speaker, we cannot address one of these issues and leaving the other issues out. It is good that he requested for the legal advisor, because the legal advisor is paid with taxpayer money. And not just that, he's there to guard the President of the Republic of Liberia on legal matter. And these issues that have been discussed were passed by this legislature, giving this institution the opportunity to have some responsibility in terms of tenure. So today, the very law that were passed by us, those that are to execute the law are violating the law. Honorable Speaker, I think it is prudent that we invite, I want to concur with him, we invite the legal advisor and all those who this communication center around to give reason why our laws are violated. I want to rest on that, and if given the opportunity to come back to discuss the matter.
Dissenting view?
Yeah.
No, hold on, Pastor. Dissenting view?
Yeah.
Okay, Honorable Dan.
Mr. Speaker, Deputy and distinguished colleagues, this is a serious matter we all agree, and it's a national concern. I would prefer that we set up an ad hoc committee that will investigate these issues. One, it will interest you to know that some of these institutions that claim 10 new statuses do not have legitimate status. And so, until we move forward with this, to invite these people, this body needs to understand exactly. Other than that, in the next 6 years before we leave from here in the next 6 years, all ministries and agencies will have 10 new positions, and I think it's bad governance. So I would suggest that we avoid inviting the office of the president here for investigation.
Honorable, let me set some basis, okay? The legal advisor to the president cannot be summoned here. Let me finish this, okay? The right to counsel is volatile in our constitution. We're not going to violate that here. There are other officers of the executive branch that can be invited to extract the very information that you need. The Attorney General of the Republic is the legal officer charged with interpreting statutes, laws, and constitution of the Republic of Liberia. The Justice Minister can be cited. The Minister of State can be cited. Those are officers, but the President Legal Advisor is off limits. Honorable information, Honorable Arthur Red. Information.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues. The information is that the communication from Honorable Eugene Collins, it also speaks to the formation, the procedure. It has to be done through the Minister of Finance. So it's not just border on the training aspect, but also the procedure. That's the information.
And sure, that's why the Minister of State will be a relevant witness in that regard. In addition to the Minister of Justice, who gave legal advice. Information, Honorable Marvin Cole. Coming to you, Billy.
Mr. Speaker, the co-presiding distinguished colleague is just to piggyback on what you have just said. The issue that Honorable Colley talks about borders around legal issues. And then he, as he said, clearly stated the rules and procedures are how individuals should be hired in this place. So we have the authority to cite the Minister of Justice to come before us to tell them, because as you said, as the President legal advisor is his legal advisor, but the Minister of State, the Minister of Justice is on a constitutional mandate, and I believe he is the principal and the Attorney General of the Republic of Liberia to advise the President on constitutional issues. So he should be invited to come, because the Minister of State has nothing to do with legal issues. I want to believe it is the Attorney General of the Republic of Liberia that should come here and tell us these appointments how they are done.
Honorable Kaluba.
Almost because this is a grave issue. The people that are appointed to 10 new positions, there are a way to take them off. Almost speak up. We have to be very careful here. Because what our colleague is saying, you know, we can say for the legal advisor, but those are people that get a problem and the president are causing a serious problem for the president. Almost speak up. The 10 new position, people should be taken away from 10 new position for costs. To have people today wage hunting, almost speak up, we need to take the thing very serious, because they think they cause chaos in this country. Like my colleague said, I will also buttress him. We said for the Justice Minister, let them tell us what's going on with the taking position, because even the central bank governor is being threatening. Even the people at LRA are being threatening. Even the people at other agencies that are on taking position are being threatened by this government. We did not bring the government to power to which one? We brought the government to power to do the right thing so the liberal can be liberated, not to put fear in people. I'm so sorry.
Honorable Fode Fambule. Mr. Speaker, the gentleman law will be in order. Mr. Fambule.
Yeah. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues. The issue before us is very important, and I believe it has claimed the attention of everyone who are more interested in the peace of our country. I think it makes a lot of sense to ensure that those who serve as legal advisor, especially the Justice Minister, to come. On communication did not specify that the Justice Minister come before us, but it made a lot of sense for us to ensure that the Justice Minister come before us and come and give his understanding of President George Weah's executive order that has to do with those who are appointed by him. Who are those that executive order affect? Because there was a communication that was signed by the former president ordering all of those who he appointed who we deem resign upon the terms of that specific date. That's one. The second issue is to invite the Commissioner on Law Reform to come and state as to the effect of those who will be affected by the said actions of the current president and that of the Justice Minister to provide, the current Justice Minister, although the current Justice Minister has not been confirmed. So I believe we cannot invite him while he has not been confirmed, but the two people can be invited here to come and give reason as to how and what was the wisdom of such executive order, because there's an executive order that brought into question some of these actions. If that issue is clarified, we can go a step further, ask our Supreme Court to be able to provide a clear position on how we proceed with people with tenure after a president has transitioned to another government.
We gotta understand two sets of employees in constitution subject to presidential appointment.
Yes.
Article 56, employees will at pleasure. Article 89, employees are autonomous commissions. And the latter will control tenure positions. So an executive order to deem people to have resigned will be interpreted as Article 56, employees on mobility.
Now would you make it out in our policy?
Distinguished colleagues, there are two issues here. One, issue of law, and then the issue of national security.
National security.
And as I speak to you, there are individuals going to agencies and preventing people from entering their offices or threatening them. That is very serious, because when those people begin to react, then we'll have a bigger problem. The second thing is, you are here, the Constitution charges you to make law. You have made law and created 10 provisions to sit and allow the executive to trump that law, and you want to sit and allow that to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, that will be the beginning of this house being disrespected, and that will be the beginning of law and lack of rule and order. There are 10 positions in the Republic of Liberia. The President of the Republic of Liberia has appointed people in those positions in violation of the law establishing those 10. We have a responsibility to put a stop to that. The first step we need to take is to write our colleagues of the Senate that while it is going on, they should tell that we're sitting out here, the act is being committed, the people are now going to Senate for confirmation. Let us put a stop to that first before we even decide to send for who. There must be a communication to the Senate to say this was not right. Our country is about to be turned into a country where there is no respect for law, and you are called lawmakers. And if your job is going to be making laws that will not be respected, don't expect everybody to respect them. Thank you.
At the same time, injunctive relief is available at the Supreme Court within the confines and jurisdiction of the House of Representatives. So I think we will have to review what action we take. I agree. A letter needs to go to the Senate, put them on notice that the House is concerned about this issue, so they can conduct appropriately themselves as they see fit in their wisdom. Honorable Frank Safo.
Misinforming the president. I want to give you power for. Thank you. Which one?
Thank you. Honorable Speaker.
I'll bring chaos in the country.
Honorable Speaker, thank you, Speaker, fellow colleagues. As I listened to few of my colleagues dissenting on the issues that we see to bring problem, if care is not taken, I think, Honorable Speaker, yesterday when I followed Facebook, I saw at NAFA, I saw citizens claimed to be partisans, going after the head of NAFA and even demanding that she would insisting, refusing that she would not enter office. I saw that same act at EPA a few weeks ago. As I speak to you, few hours ago at LTA, we saw a few young men claim to be partisans, and they were there stopping commissioners who are known to be into their tenure positions, disrespectfully addressing those people who have served this country honorably. Honorable Speaker, I would like to appeal to the consciences of all of my colleagues to look at this matter carefully as you have advised us. With your legal experience being the Speaker of the 55th National Legislature, with the pieces of advice, guardians, coming from our colleagues, Honorable Speaker, we have to take siege of this matter with our colleagues from the Senate who have the legal authority to confirm or not confirm. This issue should not be accepted to even be discussed at the level of the Senate, and let us know exactly what is happening and make those corrections from the mistake or things that we have considered to be wrong procedure. Honorable Speaker, as you know, and all of my colleagues know, we want this country to be very peaceful. It is our wish, as we have had 2 peaceful transitions in this country to where Liberia is. His Excellency Dr. Joseph Yoma Boaka won election with not more than 1%, for which we all as Liberians, we want this country to be very peaceful. If this country is not peaceful, it has the propensity of damaging the future of our children, the children of Liberia. It has the propensity of disuniting us in this country. For those who are advancing the president, I don't want to blame them, right? Because I know the president of the Republic of Liberia has served government for over 42 years. He has worked as vice president in this country. He has worked in the Senate. All of these laws that has to do with tenure position were passed when he was serving as the vice president of the Republic of Liberia. So I don't just want us to circumvent around or blaming people or not blaming people. Honorable Speaker, you saw a few days ago the women from the military, the men, their wives were here. If it was not by the grace of God, because things went on hand, our country would have come back to what we suffered from years back. Honorable Speaker, being the 3rd most powerful man in the Republic of Liberia, being elected by the 72 and managing the 72 representatives in this country, it is important that we take siege of this matter and we take into consideration as we are representing our people. Let's manage the matter. Thank you very much.
We'll take the way forward. Honorable Matthew Joe.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker. Honorable Deputy Speaker. Distinguished colleague.
Why it's true that we are going to make a way forward, let me firstly recognize to the attention of our colleagues that this issue that we are speaking about are very much important.
Very, very.
The port manager position in Basel, our president, the Excellency Dr. Joseph Mugimba Bwaga, appointed somebody there which afford the act that created the national port does not give the president the responsibility or the authority to appoint, but that should be done by the, and so we also need to have capital. So for this, I want to move, if I can be obtained a second.
Everything finished. Yes.
That the Minister of Justice, the Minister, be invited along with the steering. Okay, then we're going to invite the Minister. We're going to invite, we invite the Minister of State alongside with the steering committee of public work that comprises 5 ministries to come and explain to this body what informed the decision of the president to appoint people in these steering positions. Yeah, public work is part of the steering committee. Yes. So if I can end over keep the second, people be invited.
It has been moved and seconded that the Minister of State and the steering committee on the steering committee on being invited to give some explanation on what informed Honorable Kaluba, what informed the decision of the president in sole position. Are you ready to vote? On ready, Honorable Flobo.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, this matter is a brief one. So, it got 2 implications. Yes. And because it got a legal implication, I will be ready to vote to the movement if we can include an action to also elect our colleagues from the Senate to halt the confirmation of those who have been appointed, so that when the clarification to include an action to elect our colleagues from the Senate, so that they can halt the confirmation together.
Motion to extend. Honorable. To the movement.
Yeah, so it's said.
Honorable Ability already has.
Distinguished colleagues, I'll be ready to vote if we include the part that will require the Speaker to explore the possibility of injunctive action, if necessary, to this body as part of the decision being made. Yes. Nothing wrong with you. The legislature has right to injunctive action. No. We have the right to go to the Supreme Court.
On readiness, Honorable Steve Tikwa.
We not reach that far, Your Honor. Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I will be ready to vote. Honorable Speaker, if plenary can take immediate action on the National Port Authority to reinstate Honorable Senators Basikia because his issue has nothing to do with tenure. As we speak, he doesn't know whether he's still an employee of the NPA because the document carried 25 years of employment. And to save home, today is the 22nd National Board Authority pays for the 22nd. He doesn't know whether he will take pay today. That's inadmissible. It's inadmissible.
No, Honorable, you understand your alreadiness.
That's what I'm saying. My alreadiness is that I will be ready to vote. A plenary can take an immediate decision to reinstate the party.
Plenary cannot take a decision to do things that plenary is not authorized to do. Alreadiness, Honorable Collins. Alreadiness, Honorable Collins.
Honorable Speaker, presiding distinguished police. I'm already to vote. Already that has to do with.
But all these people from Grand Bassin, for me.
This house can immediately write to the Senate asking them that all those that was being placed, forcibly placed in this tenure position to stand by until we can follow the investigation. Thank you.
To remove it. No, what he's saying that we should test communication with the Senate to tell them to hold off confirmation for okay, alreadiness, Honorable Dan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Deputy Distinguished colleagues. I'll be ready to vote to remove it. I'll be ready to vote, and I believe we're going to get the blessing of this one. That this entire matter be sent to the legal committee and the committee on executive and good governance to ensure we understand this issue well before proceeding further. This is the office of the president that we
Honorable Joe, do you accept or not? You rejected Honorable Collins. I will cease the motion if you don't want to comply. No, you don't even have the floor. Honorable Collins. You don't have the floor. Honorable Kolba has the floor. Honorable Bigger, you don't have the floor. Honorable Kolba, you have the floor.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, fellow colleagues. Honorable Speaker, I will be ready to vote. I will be ready to vote. Never waste more. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, fellow colleagues. Mr. Movement, I will be ready to vote that the city movement hereby say that the city. Honorable, listening to what I want to say. I'll be ready to vote. I'll be ready to vote if the speaker, if we can communicate to the Senate. I think
So because the flow do not want to proceed decorously in this matter, the chair is on the verge of seizing this motion. Honorable, proceed. Proceed, Honorable Kolumba. Honorable Kolumba, you have the floor.
Honorable Speaker, I'll be ready to vote. The chairman, the movement. Okay, movement. I'll be ready to vote. There's a movement. I'll be ready to vote. If the speaker can communicate with the Senate that all those changing positions have been taken with, that have been cancelled by this government, that will communicate wrongfully, illegally.
There has to be order. We will make a ruling on this matter. The chair will take seats on this motion. Excuse me. The chair will take seats of the motion and will communicate to plenary as to the way forward in subsequent time. Next. The sergeant at arms will please ensure that Honorable Colobar is at his seat. The sergeant at arms will please ensure that Honorable Colley are at their seat. Honorable Gar will be. Okay, Honorable Colobar, we're asking you to go to your seat. Next thing now, we'll do the thing when you say we not have the power to do. Alright, next. Next.
Honorable J. Funanti Kofa, Speaker, House of Representatives, Cabinet Hill, Liberia. Honorable Speaker, I present my compliments and congratulate you on becoming the Speaker of the House of Representatives of the 55th Legislature Republic of Liberia. Honorable, to your office a copy of the January 1 through December 31, 2023 annual report of the Internal Audit Agency. This submission is in accordance with Part 10 of the Act establishing the IAA, which suggests the activity of the agency to legislative oversight. The Act also gives IAA the legal mandate as an anti-graft institution structured to establish an internal audit function that allows internal auditors to physically monitor and give assurance and advice on financial and administrative activities to over 130 public sector entities, including the legislature, the judiciary, and the Central Bank of Liberia. In light of this provision, we are asking for your approval and support in establishing the internal audit function at the House of Representatives to help provide assurance and an objective view on the efficiency and effectiveness of established controls over public resources. Please accept assurances of my highest esteem as we work together to support your leadership at the House of Representatives. Sincerely yours, David A. Kima, CPA, Director General. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, Honorable ladies and gentlemen, that was the video of a communication from the Director General of the Internal Audit Agency.
With the reading of the communication from the Director General of the Internal Audit Agency, what is your vote of pleasure? Okay, having no vote of pleasure from the floor, we will ask the Committee on Public Accounts to advise us on this at our next sitting on Tuesday. Next.
Constitution.
Alright folks, so thanks for joining me. My name is Prince. We are still here in the chambers of the House of Representatives. It's 12 minutes after 2 o'clock here in Liberia, and this is the Thursday session of the House of Representatives.
Authorize the establishment of an ACOR Committee on Drugs, Rehabilitation and Reintegration, and authorize us to appoint such a committee